What's going on today, YouTube? Today, I have a special present for you. This is the Ruby 21 by Kennedy Vapor. I'm really excited about this one because it's one of the most unique mechanical mods that are out there. It is it's one piece. The RDA and the mod are just one solid piece. You can't take off the RDA and check it on a regulated mod or an ohm reader, which means two different things. One, you have to understand your builds, you have to know your Ohm's law, and I trust these coils. These are Coil Turd 1 ohm aliens. I've used several of them. I trust them. They always come out to, a zero point 0.1 to a 0.11. I have 30T batteries in here. And let me tell you what, the flavor off of this and the lack thereof voltage drop, basically, because it's one solid piece, is phenomenal. So if you see here, this is the Kennedy Ruby RDA that comes with it. It's basically like the 24, 25 millimeter. You see how close I have those coils to that airflow? They're sitting just right over it, which basically means you're going to get just some of the best flavor. Give it just a couple drips here. The classic Kennedy airflow. So it comes in from underneath. This is basically where the airflow sits, is where the RDA would come up, but it is one solid piece. You have your battery venting right on the sides. Your classic Kennedy Dragon button. I'm vaping Punch Berry Blood by Sad Boy. And we will do a little bit of a beer pairing. Been enjoying this Sippin' Pretty Fruited Sour. Very enjoyable, crispy, refreshing. It's nice, fruited sour beer. Now, inside the packaging, it doesn't really come with much of any packaging. It comes in a blue little satchel. And you can get your Allen keys, your some spare O-rings, and a couple grub screws. And then a little thank you card. And then on the back, a little bit of battery safety and 510 safety to make sure that your RDA is hybrid 510 safe. It's just so good. Let's go ahead and see if the Orphan Blood, Punchberry Blood, which is basically like a fruity punch mixed, it's a fruity punch, it's really good. Hey, that goes really well. Really good mixture of just fruity sourness, and it's a really good pairing. Now, I've had one other Kennedy mod. It was a clone. I bought it for really cheap, which, shame on me because, quite frankly, clones are shitty, and it was a shitty clone. So I'm really excited to be able to pick up a legitimate Kennedy. I have a scratch in my glass. And yeah, sitting, at a 0.1, which basically, it's a freshly charged battery. I got my coils. You have to plug them in and get them kind of ready and set, and then you just pulse them gently and slowly and carefully, because you can't just go ahead and just hold the button down for, hoping that it's going to just, get all those coils on nice and glowing evenly. And because there is such little voltage drop, basically after all that use and all that time, I went from basically like a 0.42 to like a 0.4, no, 4.2 to like a point to 4.0, because there's such minimal voltage drop on this, because it is, one solid piece. The RDA is connected directly to the mech mod. Now, one thing that I was really excited for, but a little let down on, is the screwing in the button. It's not as smooth as I've heard other people talk about Kennedy, Kennedy mech mods. I mean, you start screwing it in and it's, fine without a battery, but once you put that battery in, it gets to be a little crunchy. There's a super satisfying click with the top cap. Basically, super satisfying. It's not going anywhere. It's staying there. It's not going to slip off. Now I'll go over the switch here a little bit. The Kennedy constant contact switch. Now basically there's 3 different settings that you can have. Where like I have it, it's the shortest, and basically it sits there and a quick little boop, and it makes connection with your battery. This is where like the constant contact part of it is. So basically it goes in and it sits up against the bottom of your battery, and it basically makes up for any of the battery rattle or battery slag. And there's 3 different settings for whichever throw it is you wish to have. Short, medium, and long, and you can adjust it. Basically, you pull this up and give a little twist, because you can see those notches in there to determine your throw. And then there's basically a 4th notch, which you turn it all the way, you kind of let go, and then the actual contact itself will come out. Now, getting that part out, I'm not really going to dig too much into, just in case I screw something up really bad. Now you can see there's a spring around there. Excuse me. And then there's another spring on the inside of the actual contact. And that's how the constant contact aspect of it works. I'll throw the battery back in here and kind of give you my... See, once the battery goes in, it's a little not as smooth. You kind of hear it grinding. But overall, an exceptional mechanical mod. I think I have, what does it say here? 117. It's not too bad. I thought there'd be a lot more of these sold. With that Kennedy airflow and it being set just directly underneath those coils, the flavor is just... I don't have a single mod, RDA, or anything else that puts off flavor as good as this, and I've only had it for, not even an hour. Wonderful airflow. It fits just super nice in the hand. With it, especially with the way that I vape, I like vaping on 0.1s on mechanical mods. You definitely can't do too much chain vaping, otherwise you will notice it gets a little warm in your hand, especially with where like the contact is right up there. You can, and that's where the venting is. But god damn, is it so flavorful. Let's just pair it with the beer one more time, huh? It's so good. I really can't find too many faults except for where, when you have a battery put in and then you try and actually... Oh no, I got juice on my hand. And then you go to screw in the battery, that is a little bit of a letdown. But otherwise, overall, very high quality. You can just feel it. Just as you even hold it in your hands, it's, It's a high quality mech mod. You know, just get a nice look at that deck. You know, just the two posts, and then with the dual post for the airflow, super smooth. You know, I mean, it's not very restrictive at all, but it's still super flavorful. Just an overall excellent mod. You know, if you're looking for a mech and you're an advanced user, you know your Ohm's Law and you trust yourself, definitely check them out. Pick one up. They just came out with the 28 millimeter not that long ago. Who knows? Maybe in the future I'll be able to get one of those as well. Yeah, this is just one hell of an amazing mod in RDA. Overall rating, probably like an 8 out of 10. You know, 8, 9 out of 10. You know, craftsmanship is phenomenal. Feels really well in the hands. It's not too big. It's not too little. You know, just a little bit of a gripe with the threading on the bottom. You have a battery in. You know, and it's a pro and a con that you can't take the RDA off. But overall, you know, that's just me. Oh, excuse me. Whew. You know, I mean, I like it because it reduces your voltage drop so much, but it also kind of sucks because you do have to be, you know, rather careful as you know, are building and putting in coils. You don't want to, you know, you have to make sure everything is perfect, and you don't really want to have any debris or like clippings of the coil sitting on the base of the RDA. Otherwise, that can fuck things up really fast, and you don't want that to happen. So until then, I hope you enjoy this review, because I certainly have, and I will see you next time. Peace.